All right, we are live. Welcome, everybody. I'm just going to get right into it. Today is a very somber day. I was not expecting this to come out. I was just planning on covering Sebastian Rogers, but the video, 43-second video from the Delphi case, has been released. I'm going to go ahead and play it. There's a couple of reasons why I wanted to cover this. Is because this case that we've covered for a very long time. It's one of the first cases, other than the Gabby Petito case, that we started covering on this channel very deeply. In my opinion, I always thought it was Richard Allen once they found him. I know that hasn't been the mass public opinion on that, but I think as the evidence trickles out, I think opinions are going to change. And I think starting with this video, because people have been claiming this video and the photos are fake, even though they talked about the metadata in court. I guess they must forgot about that. But yeah, there's metadata in this video. The reason why there's not any metadata for the actual photo of the girls, of Libby anyway, is because it was a Snapchat. And I'm not an expert in Snapchat, but I guess since it's getting sent to somebody and it's getting erased on the other one and it's going through a client such as Snapchat, that maybe the metadata gets lost. I don't know on that, but I do know this video itself, which tells me this probably isn't a Snapchat, because if the other one was a Snapchat, which was the Libby picture, and then this one, the video, did have metadata, tells me this is, because it was kind of debated whether this was taken either from her, this was sent through a Snapchat to somebody, or she was just recording it on her iPhone. And I think it is. I have the same iPhone as well, because we tried to do experiments with it. And I think you had to like hold the button down to record, which you can tell just the second when they have to move. She probably took her thumb off of it. Yeah, this isn't Ron Logan. It goes from Odinist to Ron Logan back to... I mean, it just pointing the finger at whoever they can. I would, all I'm going to ask is everyone just try to be polite in chat. I would just wait until more evidence comes out. I think, especially if this video came out, then I'm sure what's to follow is the video of Richard Allen's vehicle driving by. That's going to be a big one at 2:17. 2:17? No. God, now I got to remember the times in this case. Not 2:17, 1:27. That's dyslexic for you. So much, but I hope everyone's doing well. Again, this is not what I was expecting to cover today. I was really just gonna go over some stuff in the Sebastian Rogers, but I am gonna warn everybody. If you haven't seen it yet, trigger warning. I will break some things down that I didn't notice in the video. Again, this was just sent to me like an hour ago or less. And so I did try to do a couple things to point out a few things. Of course, there's not a lot because it's just 43 seconds. But should we just get right to it? Going to get it out of the way. Real quickly, just in case anybody is not familiar with this case, I'll just do a quick 2-minute recap. Let's just do that real quick. How about that? Oh. Be help to have the audio, huh? All right, we'll do a quick 2-minute recap, and then we'll play the thing.
Teenage girls, Abby Williams and Liberty German, had made last-minute plans to go to the Monon High Bridge, which was supposed to be a teenage hangout with a historic trail and a really high, old abandoned bridge. The two girls, who were best friends, just had a sleepover the night before and were excited when Libby's sister, Kelsey German, said she would drop them off as long as the two girls found a ride home, which they did. Although it was February, the temperature was nice for that day, and even though it was a Monday, they had school off that day. The two girls, Abby and Libby, would be dropped off just before 2 p.m., where they planned on only staying for a couple of hours. The two teens, Abby and Libby, would begin walking the 501 trail to the Monon High Bridge. As the two would approach the bridge, Libby, who had her iPhone, would take 2 pictures, one as they passed the first platform, and another which shows Abby looking down as she is crossing the scary, tall, gap-filled railroad tie. The girls didn't know it yet, but they were not alone. As a few hours would go by, the father of Libby, Derek German, would show up, but the 2 girls were not at the meetup spot. Thinking that the 2 teens just lost track of time, he would end up calling Libby's phone. The phone was ringing, but no one was answering. He would begin searching for the 2 teens, but when running into other people, no one had seen them. Eventually, the authorities would be called out, and this would lead to a search party looking for the 2 girls. But sadly, there was no sign of them on that first night of the 13th. With the search being called off late that night for safety reasons, it would be resumed early that next day. They brought in helicopters, divers, and many other resources to scour the area. But just around noon that day, they would soon discover a grisly scene. Authorities would discover the 2 girls across the river, and both had sadly been murdered.
Investigators solemnly identified the 2 bodies found in Carroll County as 13-year-olds Libby German and Abby Williams.
So from there, the case would go unsolved for another 5 years until they went back in their tips and realized that a guy had came forward at the very beginning, which is no surprise because typically killers do insert themselves into the investigation. And he had given a tip saying he was there from literally the time frame of when the murders happened, exactly when the killer arrived at 1:30. The only thing is he said he left at 3:30 when really the killer left at 4. But other than that, it was spot on. Then he happened to mention that there was 3 witnesses, which is the same thing. There was 3 juvenile witnesses. Anyway, we could go on and on. His car was seen at 1:27 on the camera, which I can't wait until that gets released. He's confessed over who knows how many times. They had him, in my opinion. And, the jury spoke. They listened to the evidence, and, we got to respect that. And I think just wait for the evidence to come out. I'm sure it'll change people's thoughts. I will say, after seeing this video, for those who haven't seen it yet, it's amazing what they were able to do with this. Holy cow. Really amazed at how well they were able to clean this up because, of course, the video we're just going to watch here in a second, it's moving, and so you can tell why the background itself is always kind of like very heavily pixelated. It's because they're trying to stabilize it. They probably ran a bunch of stabilization in this. But anyway, and another thing, you can tell this guy's short too by now seeing this video, and you can see Abby and the guy behind her. The guy isn't tall. Ron Logan, I mean, look at this guy. This guy's Ron Logan's big. For those that don't know, Ron Logan is either 6 foot or 6'1", I believe. Anyway, all right, guys, let's get into it. I broke it down. This is, again, trigger warning. And again, the reason why I wanted to play this is because, now they're trying to point the finger back at this guy. It's just going in circles. Even though he was on the phone at 2:09, literally he was on the phone at 2:09. This video that we're going to see takes place at 2:13. So if he has a 4-minute phone call, the killer's not on his phone. So how could it be Ron Logan? Just one of many arguments. Again, this is... I just feel terrible for the people that just really took advantage and didn't present facts because it didn't fit their narrative. All right. I'm just slowly trying to get to it because I don't want to. All right. So one more thing before we go. There's a certain channel that's made a lot of money off showing this photo and claiming it's fake, and saying that they took different photos of Abby and not even wearing like the same thing and different pose, and they superimposed it on this, and they're saying it's AI. AI can do some amazing things, but even back then in 2017, AI was just barely, I don't even think much of a thing, at least publicly. I mean, I'm sure it was, but not to the extent that we have now. And even then, it's so ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't want to vent, but anyway, let's get to it. So here it is, guys. Brace yourselves if you haven't seen it. It is disturbing. I'm still kind of mortified. So I had to take this from, right now, all I know is it's uploaded, so of course I gotta give credit where credit's due, to Grizzly True Crime. I know that her and a bunch of other creators put in FOIA requests a long time ago, and they're just waiting for, and then it's just on the court's end to go through the evidence, and, so we might be getting stuff just filtering out each day, who knows. Alright, so here it is, guys.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
And it ends right there. So I'm going to break some stuff down, and because there's some stuff there that's really tough. Because I don't know if you just noticed right at the end, you can actually hear her heartbeat. And I will replay it a couple times, but you can literally, just before she cuts it off, you can actually hear Libby's heartbeat jump. Oh, it's terrifying. So I mean, yeah, look at that guy. The guy's not big. I mean, I know he's out there. So, here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it one more time without talking, and then we'll. Guys. There's it restarting.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Hi.
Oh, virus on your phone. Ooh. I don't know if I've ever dealt with a virus on my phone. My phone. Oh. Yeah, you could email me. I'm not sure. I'm sure I could find something. Alright, so let's break this down. So Abby says, is he right? She kind of whispers to Libby, is he right behind me? So clearly he's been following them. And they noticed. So she first says, he's right behind me. And she says, yeah. There he is. I mean, look at that. I mean, that doesn't look like a big guy. Now when you see Abby and the person, this isn't a tall guy. Ron would have been like much taller. And for those that don't know, I don't know if both of them knew Ron, but they knew him in some form. They would have been like, oh, that's Logan. Yeah, I mean, this guy looks like a little Richard Allen. 5'4", 5'5". Okay. But there's something that huge. Can't tell what she says right there, though.
See, this is the...
I can't make out that. I don't know if someone can understand this. This is the Delphi case. I know I had Sebastian up, and probably some people are tuning in thinking we're coming Sebastian, but this is breaking from the Delphi case. The RichardAllenTrial took place last year, and then he was sentenced. He was convicted guilty. This case went unsolved for 5+ years. And there was a lot of hype behind it because again, it just felt like it was never gonna get solved, and all they had was this little clip from this video, and with the guy saying guys down the hill. Anyway, continue on with breaking it down.
The path that we go down.
So that's Libby with the phone. She's talking about the path. So those that don't understand, this part's a dead end. This is why. So Richard Allen went to this bridge, like when they went into his bedroom, or when they did the search warrant. But I think in his bedroom specifically, there was a photo album, and it literally had tons of photos of them at the Monon High Bridge. There's even one that circulated with his daughter on the bridge, who just coincidentally looked like Libby, which is even just weird. And so, and this bridge is really kind of like there's two trails. And then there's one of the trails leads to this bridge. It's an abandoned bridge, not very safe, but the teenagers like to cross it. But once you cross, it's technically just after, if you go any further, it's trespassing onto other people's property. There's even a trespassing sign. So usually what the teens do is either they'll go down under the bridge and and do the teen stuff, or they just go back across. So the killer knew this area and knew that this was a dead end, that he had him trapped.
There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
So see how she says there's no path, and it says we have to go down here, which is technically there's like a little path that that people will go down under the bridge, because technically it kind of like folds down back, where technically you're not going on to the property. These girls have trespassed on the other people's property before. They knew these girls, the people that lived in this area. I don't know if they're crying. I think it's a cold. But listen to after he says guys down the hill, and you can literally hear her heartbeat.
Hi.
You hear it, and you can hear it. And so I know this is very hard to watch, and it's not something I would really like to do live, but this is just something that we've covered for so long, and all we've seen is that 1 second, 2 second clip where it's just kind of replaying, with guys down the hill. And to finally actually see this, because there's so many people out there trying to claim this video wasn't real, and just again, it just Okay, so I upped the audio. The reason why I wanted to do this is because in between guys, so there's a reason why they cut out guys and down the hill and didn't just play this part, right? And we always kind of theorized, speculated, trying to find the right word, kind of figured the reason why they had done that without either one, the girls were talking and they just kind of wanted to cut that out, or it had something to do with the gun, because obviously they wanted to keep all the details as close to the best as they could. And just before guys and down the hill, it's faint, but you can hear him cocking the gun, which I'm going to play it in a loop here. So listen, and you can hear him cocking the gun. Guys.
Hi.
Guys.
Hi.
You hear that? So that's him racking the gun right there. And then, of course, her heart beats. And you can hear that heartbeat go up. It's so terrible. That's exactly why, Cozy, in the beginning, is they definitely didn't want that. Well, I think part for the family as well, but the gun cocking, because they obviously they didn't want, because they had that unspent shell, right? So yeah, that's just something that they do to try to keep close to the case. Because then that way, if you have like some weirdo that wants to try to take credit for it and says, yeah, because remember, all it was known is that they were possibly stabbed. And, you know, because they were, even though a gun was used to control them, it was never used on them, at least shot. And so, you know, if someone tried to come forward and say, oh, yeah, well, I took them and, you know, I stabbed them or whatever. But if they don't talk about how they controlled them with the gun, then they would know that they don't, you know, they wouldn't have the right person. But yeah, you hear the heart pound. I know, that broke my heart. So I'll back it up one more time. I'm going to keep playing it, but it is tough. But in a way, I'm just kind of glad it's out there, because it's become a joke with this whole, it's fake. Even though they literally in the court, during the trial, they talked about the metadata. Because this area, it doesn't have a 3 tower signal, you know, so it doesn't have like the cell tower service is terrible. And we've even had people go out and do experiments. So if you like went and took your iPhone out there and you had another iPhone and you went to go say like, hey, find my iPhone, and say you're standing like on the bridge, it might show that you're on the other side of the bridge, or you're 20 feet behind, because it's not triangulated. I guess just the tower service is terrible. So the actual metadata shows them allegedly in the parking lot, like a block over. That just shows you why they probably couldn't use metadata on Richard Allen. Well, of course, they never even got his phone. But I think when they tried to do the geofencing, everybody was probably bouncing around. All right, one more time. It wasn't as bad as that. That was what was rumored. Yeah, that was kind of what was rumored in one of the leaked texts. But her, Libby, the one that's carrying the phone, yeah, definitely got it the worst. I mean, both.
See,
Almost
this is
looks like he stops too.
path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Guys.
Hi.
heartbeat. Oh my god. Oh my god. You can't. Yeah, it's there. The heartbeats. It's like 2 heartbeats, and it's just before the video ends. I mean, it's right. Guys. I mean, it's almost sounds like coming through the phone. But yeah, there's no way you could fake this kind of video with the audio. The audio's very unique. You can hear all the natural sounds. AI can't make up all these. I mean, yeah, you could take like pre-rendered sounds, but it's all, from somebody that's watched tons of home videos. This is all natural audio that I can hear in my ear. With the gravel, it'd be hella hard to, make this up, fabricate this. It's just ridiculous.
See, this is the path that we go down.
Yeah, it's not big.
There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Hi.
And you can hear that gun cock. At first, it kind of gets grounded out because it almost kind of sounds like, when they're stepping on the rocks. Because I knew the gun cock was in there because they've mentioned it during trial. And as I watched the first couple times, I'm like, I don't hear it. And it's kind of like when they're stepping on the rocks, it's almost kind of like that sound. I think the movies make it more like epic, or I don't know if that's the right word, but more profound. And maybe that's just because it's closer. But here's a close-up. So I slowed it down, and I tried to stabilize. I only had this footage for less than an hour before I went live, so I really couldn't do a lot before I went live. But here's just kind of slow motion. Kind of zoomed in. So you can tell how much they did to clean this up to get that video out there. Even though I'm taking a recording of a recording maybe, so I probably don't have the actual original quality, so I could probably get maybe a slight better pixelated view, but I don't think it's going to get much better than this. So the fact they were able to clean it up as well as they did is still pretty amazing. Yeah, amplified for movies. Yeah, the dramatic effect of the gun cocking. Because it kind of almost sounds like a airsoft gun being. But yeah, I mean, just look at that. Like how much they did to clean him up compared to like that, even though they probably didn't take that shot. They probably took the shots just before that. But yeah, see, now knowing you could probably, if people really want to, I don't think it needs to be done in my opinion, but you could have somebody the same height of Abby go out there and then another person, and I'm sure you could figure out exactly which ties they're on, and because I mean that guy's, I know he's still back there a bit, but he's certainly no giant. I mean, that's way different than what I was expecting. And it makes him look like a little a little child. Yeah. That person's not tall at all. Even with him still back there, I don't know, 10 feet, 10, 15 feet maybe, which obviously is going to make him look a little bit more shorter before he goes back, but hey, he's not big. And we've never had, you know, where we get to see someone, you know, in the frame with him. Where did this video come from? So, of course, I have to give a shout out to Grizzly True Crime. I know her, and I forget the other channels. I'm sure, oh God, what's that channel? Oh. It's on YouTube Shorts right now, as far as I know. We're gonna look at see if maybe there might be other stuff that might get released tonight. I don't know. Maybe she's working. Maybe because usually sometimes when you get documents, you get like a bunch, right? So we could be getting the interview. You know, there's the 2 interviews with Richard Allen, which I'm dying to see. Of course, you got the confessions. I'm assuming the confessions will probably come last, but who, you know, I'm no expert in that. So I would just think that'd probably take the most amount of work to get all the jail confessions, because there's, you know, I don't know how many conversations throughout the spanning of a year and a half or whatever. So I'm assuming those are probably, unless they just kind of trickle them out. I don't know. But I would think we'd probably expect the next video I would expect would be the 1:27 p.m. video where it's the Who's Our Harv store, which shows like a vehicle. That's the one where I would really love to see, because that allegedly shows Richard Allen's very unique, in my opinion, Ford Focus with his black rims. And he's got the sport edition, so it's, again, remember, a Delphi community of what, less than 3,000 people. Yeah. So should we see? Looks big to you? Looks like it. Look. It looks kind of. Looks like he's got a little bit of stomach, but I think that's just because he's got a bunch of layers on. But no, I mean, it's not like he's that far away from these girls. I mean, yeah, he's not far from Abby at all. And I mean, look, to me, this just shows that isn't Ron Logan. And look at that. I mean, she takes up his whole... And I know somebody's going to be standing from somebody, especially if they're back a bit. They're going to probably block them, but... I'm going to check on Reddit and see if there's any more stuff. So that's probably what we got. And that's what we see. Remember in the video, you kind of see something black, like, kind of come over the video a bit, and that was her coat, I think, or her arm. Oh, poor Abby. She's just gingerly trying to get across this bridge. Almost like he waits too right here. I think he's probably getting the gun out right here, because he knows they're right there. Yep. Yeah. Great point there. Yeah, because wasn't that that vehicle, that sports edition, those rims are specific to that vehicle, if I recall. It's been covering Sebastian, and then jump back over to this case. Let's see if anything else is dropped. So we got the video. A notice of appeal. Isn't there a two-parter on this? Hold on. According twisted motions to intervene and compel access to public trials. There's a reviewed counsel. When the available exhibits are prepared, the court will contact counsel regarding transmission. Court or Kirk ordered now to remove twisted mails as their counsel intervening. This has something to do with that one guy. Okay, so available exhibits will be provided on a new flash drive provided by the court. A fee of $25 per 128 gig flash drive will be required to defray the cost of supplies, preparation, and transmission payable in advance. So, yeah, we're probably going to get, I'm just assuming, I don't know, let me know in chat if you guys have heard anything from other channels. I'm assuming we're going to probably start getting a bunch of stuff. And I'm assuming Grizzly clearly got it, and
welcome back to Deb's True
okay. Oh,
Crime Notebook. Abby.
This is not the YouTube link. Gray's breaking it down.
See, this is
Of course.
path.
Yeah, has anybody heard anything? Let's see, I'm just gonna check.
There's no path going there, so we have to.
So the path is gravel. Yeah, right after the bridge, it's well, I think still on that end it's still gravel. It used to be the whole trail was like this even before the bridge. So if we just we go to, well, here, I'll just actually. So now this is what it looks like now, but before it used to be the same thing before, and this is the path. And then they built this part of it, which is just obviously for safety.
After seeing the suspect, Betsy would then turn around and start heading back to her car. This guy was approaching at fast pace. Allegedly.
And, kind of thinking about it, if I'm tall, so I'm 6'3", I am going to probably spend more time, probably, unless I'm very familiar with that bridge, because there's a bunch of gaps in these railroad ties, right? For those that are familiar with this bridge, or, know that it's, very dangerous. I would think a person with a shorter stature would probably have a easier time traversing because, a little bit closer to the ground. They can see the spaces between that they're walking across, right? And again, the guy's been there who knows how many times. Sebastian says he's been planning this for a while, in my opinion. I still think he was in contact with that guy in Peru. Kagan. Yeah, it is interesting that his parents lived in Peru. So that's a look at so this is on the left here. This is kind of a reenactment. And so this gives you an idea. This is not from the original video for anybody that's not familiar with this case on the left here. So this is what it would look like if they weren't moving the camera around. And so straight ahead there's I don't know if that's the sign. I think that is. So there's no trespassing, and there's a bunch of different properties there, and the girls and others, I think like teenagers that went to that spot were kind of well known because I guess they did sometimes trespass, just being teenagers. But that's the bridge, and then and it actually extends out to. Actually, I should probably go to Google Earth. It'd probably be better, but the bridge extends out just over this driveway here, and then you have these properties here. But from what I understand, sometimes the teenagers would go under the bridge, which you'll see right here in a second. But you can kind of see, it's hard to see. There's this red thing right here. It says no trespassing. And I think you can actually see like kind of like this caution tape or something. But he tells them go down the hill. There's these two hills. And then they were forced to cross the creek. And that's kind of what it would look like under the bridge. Oh, is that something new, D? Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. I didn't even... That's right. He's supposed to... He says he has a gun, right? I didn't even hear that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to play this one more time. I forgot about that. Holy shit. I don't have the best hearing, so you guys have to help. All right, so I turned it up. Warning right now. I forgot someone says he has a gun. Oh, is it right there? Oh, that's what she says. Oh my god, that is why they are probably starting to cry. Oh my gosh.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
So is it at the beginning then? I'm not hearing it unless I was said at the beginning. Am I missing this? I thought he said he's still behind me at the beginning. Do you know where I can find that transcript? Yeah, because it sounds like she says like he's still behind me, or is he coming? Yeah, yeah, something like that. Oh. Something right there. As she whispers. I'm sorry I'm replaying this. I'm just... Yeah, is he right behind me or something like that? Yeah. That part I cannot understand. Anybody? Is that? Oh, see right there. Is that... Oh, D, did you respond? One more time. I'm just going to play it all the way through. Yeah, that sounds like Is He Coming? Yeah, I think that's... Sorry, Is He Coming? Then there's something whispered. It's really... I cannot make that out.
See, this is the path that we are on.
What'd you say when you got back?
See, this is the... See, this is the path that we are on. See, this is the path that we are on.
It sounds like she says like it's bad or something. Like, is that where she says it? He has a gun? Does he have a gun?
See, this is the path that we are on. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Oh, on X? Okay. Yeah, we might be getting stuff tonight, all through tonight, tomorrow maybe. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, there's video. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm always afraid to show Twitter live because you never know what terrible thing might pop up. Give me here. I'll just play this one.
See, this is the path that we are on.
Okay, alright. So sorry to keep doing this. I now have the transcript. Allegedly. I'm assuming this is not like actual transcript. I don't know, maybe it is. It's definitely right behind me. Okay, oops.
See, this is the path that we are on.
Oh, right. Oh my gosh. It's right there in front of my head. Wow. That be a gun. Wow.
See, this is the path that we are on. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
So at 17 seconds, Libby's the one that says it. So Libby can see the gun from here. Interesting.
See, this is the path that we are on.
So he must brandish it right there. Second she jumped off.
There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Yeah, it's 43 seconds. This is so surreal. Let me just check Twitter, guys, real quick. This is so heartbreaking. Will also be okay. So, however, I'm aware that Allen's appeal is underway and the full video of Bridge Guy has been released. More trial exhibits will also soon be available. Okay. I'm just reading. Oh, wait a minute. For those who hold on. For those who wish to review the public exhibits from the Delphi case, you want to check the website periodically. Attorneys have made a brief statement and have shared the 43-second video. Many of the other exhibits are very large and may take time to release. So, sorry, I can't see chat at the moment because so here, I'll put this up. This is Weineke. These are the ones that represented Richard Allen's lawyers when they were canned and brought back. I think it was Weineke, right? Yeah, I'm all for transparency. Bring it on. Can we try to hear the gun, Chris? I did play that. I can, I can extract it if you guys want. So, yeah, we're probably going to get more stuff. I got to see. Oh, I got to save this. Hold on. I've got to save this. I've got to like this and bookmark this. So this is a website. Okay, let me make sure I'm not. I click on this, I don't get something. Okay, so it just shows the 43-second video. Oh, is this the original? Like, this is... You know what? Here, I want to play this version here. Damn, I wish I would have known about this version. Oh, it's so big, though. Let me... Oh, it's just making it... That's not helping, is it? Oh, it's a lot better quality. Oh, that's so much better quality. Oh my god. Grizzly, how come your quality was so bad?
There's no path going.
Well, shoot. I wish I would have known about this one. God, look how much clearer this is. Yeah, hers is cut off too. Wow. Okay. All right, we're gonna watch a better version if you guys are down. Give me a second here. Wow. That version was horrendous. And it's better than nothing, but... Let's see here. Desktop video. Boom. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh yeah, that quality's so much better. Okay, give me a second. And zoom in. I'll raise up the volume. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have one there. Bear with me, guys. A little behind the scenes magic. I'll just have a zoomed in one like that. Is that gonna give people a headache though if I do that? Alright, 1 second, guys. I'm gonna do that, and I'll just do this, that. You wanted to hear the gun.
Hi.
Right there. Oh god, even the quality is even better. Okay. Audio. Got it cranked up. Maybe if I slow it down just a tidge. Right about there. Let me hear it. And okay. Yeah, this quality is so much better. All right, I'm gonna do a combined one, and then I'm gonna do one that's zoomed in so we can see. Oh my gosh, yeah, that quality is so much better. Let me. Alright, I'm going to do this without. Okay. Just going to do one zoomed in version. Okay, bear with me, guys. Just trying to stabilize it best I can. Ugh. Tough. I'm gonna flip it. Okay. I'm gonna zoom all the way in. Oh my god, yeah, it's so much better. That would take me a lot much longer to fix this part, even though it would be nice to be able to fix this. See, and that shows, that's exactly where we see that little coat come in and kind of cut them off for a second right there. Oh, man. Okay. Last thing. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. All right. Export. Yeah, it is. It is truly heartbreaking. Yeah. Yeah. Please, if you follow me, Sebastian, and maybe you don't agree with the Richard Allen case, then maybe skip this live show. But I think it's important because there's been so many people, not so many, but there's a few out there that have really tried to make this claim this whole thing was fake, and it's like the more stuff that comes out and the narrative changes, and it's Ron Logan, and it's Odinist, then it's Brad Weber, it's just like when one thing gets shot down, then they try to go after another instead of just kind of, it's like they just won't quit. Oops. Or I guess admit that, they just, unfortunately,
NASA to enhance.
I just feel bad because when this trial was going on, you had the law tubers out there, and it was all pro-defense, and even the local news was putting on defense people, attorneys, and not having it. And this is what's messed up is they weren't even having defense and a prosecution lawyer. It was just a defense lawyer, on the local news. So, and that's just, to me, that's super biased.
The video, but according to
okay, yeah, I got the right one. Okay, so that's original. I guess I should just got the original. Yeah, this could be so much better. Okay, here we go. So here's the double video here. And then we'll watch them separately. God, you can see that so much better.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
I wish those girls would just ran. Guys.
Hi.
Oh God, her heart beating at the end. That's so terrible. Okay, so here's.
See, this is the path.
Oh, thank you, Angeline. Yeah, it's not.
There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Guys.
Hi.
You hear it? That's the gun. So here's the gun being cocked. Notice none of them are moving, so it's not the gravel being walked on. Because it kind of blends in, but you can definitely hear.
Hi.
Oh God, and the heartbeat goes up. Alright, so one last time, stabilization, and then we'll see if there's just anything else, and then Is he right behind me? God, you can see it so much better. There he is. And it's just a tiny guy.
See, this is the path that we went down.
I think she says like, "Oh crap," but yeah, she kind of mouths something as she kind of runs off, just after Libby says, "That be a gun."
There's no path going there.
Monster. Oh, thank you, Don Spain. I appreciate that. Really appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody here. Did I cancel out? Shoot. Dang it. All right, I'll take one more look, see if there's anything else. I'm gonna go to Reddit first because I'm always worried on what may come out. Trial fresh. Let's see if anything says anything here. Okay. Yeah, got Reggie. Alright, I'm gonna just check Twitter. Read some comments here. What's this one? That's March 11th. Allen. Latest. I'm going to go back to the site. I just want to read this site here. In response to similar requests, the court has stated that the exhibits are needed for the production of a transcript if one is requested by the parties that is fulfilling such request. We'll interrupt the process and guarantee the reporter will be forced to ask the Indiana Court of Appeals for extension of time filed the transcript. Recognizing the significant public interest in the spirit of transparency, the site will serve as a central resource for accessing public records, exhibits, frequently asked questions, and updates on Mr. Allen's. I care less about his post-conviction stuff. And that's it. It's kind of like the reminds me of like the Justin Baldoni thing, right? You guys are following that case. Papa and Chris, I know you are going to take that photo and mess with it for hours. Oh, are you talking about this or something that you sent me? I don't know if he said something else. Yeah, I think she says, "Oh crap." I think they were trying to like, cause you know the way she says that be a gun, it's like they're not like like processing it. They're like, oh, so tough. It's just so tough. I wish the girls would have just. I wish Libby or Abby would have turned around and just pushed him off that damn bridge. Just turned around right there and just dove at him. But of course, how would they know? Nick, thank you so much for the $10. Josh Posh, thank you, Chris and Oliver, Abby, and Libby. Yeah, we covered this. Is he getting it? No, he's not getting a new trial, guys. They got the right person, in my opinion. The jury spoke. What they brought, trying to go. Their last thing is trying to go for Richard or the Ron Logan thing with this third party supposedly inmate said that he confessed, but the details make no sense because they don't mention anything about the girl being abducted on the bridge, and that he's like walking them around on his property, and it's just not even cohesive. And then the defense team who filed this motion, I did put this up for the members, they included his polygraph tests, which were fails, because they polygraphed this inmate that supposedly spent some time with Ron Logan. The reason why Ron Logan ended up in prison is because part of this is because the girls were found on his property, but it had nothing to do with the murders. He just unfortunately lied, and he was on a suspended license, and he ended up driving when he shouldn't have. And anyway, so allegedly when he was in prison, he confessed, but this inmate, of course, tells a story, and it's not even cohesive. And then to top that all off, it's they polygraphed him, and he failed. So again, it just last ditch effort. But like I said, to those that may be on the other side or maybe still in between, I'd wait for everything to be released. I mean, it pains me to see this. Of course, this is much horrible than imagining it. But when the surveillance footage from the Hoosier Harp store video comes out, which is, I lost everything, didn't I? Which will show his vehicle, and I think that'll be a big one in my opinion, because that's he's got a fairly unique vehicle. Also consider it's a town of less than 3,000 people, and it was the sports edition one. So he had these unique black rims on them, but the killer drove past this. Can we go down on there? No, we can't. Anyway, but there's a camera on this, and from what I've heard, even though it's still far out, they said they were kind of surprised at the quality, considering it was like 2017, and plus who knows how old that camera was before then. But I heard, even though it's still out there, that you can kind of make out the Ford Focus. That's a big thing. Ford Focus and the specific rims. And then from there would be obviously the interviews, so then we can hear his voice, because we still haven't really heard Richard Allen speak, other than a few short clips from Facebook. I think that's when things will get interesting, and I think people may start changing their views and or opinions. But yeah, rest in peace, these poor girls. Live YouTube now, even though Chris shoved him off indeed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jen says, this confirms to me Jerk got it right. Yeah. They did. Yeah, this is exactly his body type. Yeah, before he lost his weight. Yeah, this isn't a tall guy. This is a big guy. I mean, he's not far from Abby. I mean, look at that. And technically, if it is Richard Allen, which it is, in my opinion, and according to 12 jurors, I believe the girls were 5'4". I think Libby was. So technically, and I think Abby was, right? Correct me if I'm wrong in chat. So technically, they were the same height. So if he got closer, he wouldn't really get much bigger. So yeah, to me, this is like, in a way, huge to show that this was not, some tall guy. I mean, just looks tiny. But that's just my opinion. Do you guys want to stop drinking the Kool-Aid? Yeah, again, I'd say just everybody take a breath. Wait for more evidence to be released, guys. Wait for more. We need to hear his voice, right? I know it's not much to match a voice off 4 words, but wait until we hear his voice and those confessions. And how's he sound? Does he sound like he's messed up on drugs? Or does he sound pretty coherent? And will we actually be able to hear more of the conversations that happened before he confessed? That we can tell that, yeah, he's in clear head and, but yeah. Do you guys want to see a quick, so I am working on part 2. I told you guys for the Sebastian Rogers case. So I'll play a quick sneak peek real quick. No, not that any of the family members knew. It is chilling. It's really sad. 11, you can go to Twitter. There's here, I can put this in the chat. That's the link to it there. And I'll play my so part 2 is going to come out tomorrow, and I've been working very hard on it. Okay, hold on. No, this is not the... Oh, I might have to... I know it's sitting right in front of me and I'm not seeing it. Why am I missing? Didn't I? Or did I not? Oh, I didn't. That's right. Shoot. How am I going to show this? Oh, I know. Never mind. I lied. 1 second, guys. One more thing. A little sneak peek behind the video going on. This is the madness. Anybody hasn't ever seen behind the scenes of how I make my videos. This is the madness I put together. This is probably already 2 days, probably 12 hours. Well, yeah, maybe 8 hours worth of putting together. But this will come out tomorrow. But here's the part 1 of it, or here's just the intro to it for you guys.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody, where we cover true crime, mystery.
Should hopefully be out tomorrow. About halfway done. And excited to get that out. That's part 2 of Sebastian Rogers series. Going to be focused on a 3 a.m. car and all that, because I know a lot of people were originally here for the... I know. I wanted to add some of his new stuff that they've been uploading of Sebastian in there, and his pictures, because he is very cute. Poor kid. But yeah, it looks good. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, I probably spend like 2 to 3 hours on a 1 minute intro. I don't know. I always like to have like a little catchy intro. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Love Hill says, one channel who didn't take the bait said they were approached with the offer of money to stream on defense's behalf. I mean, I don't want to, feed into that, but I mean, would I be surprised if that was if that allegedly happened? I would not be surprised. But then again, I don't know if, they had a lot of people covering it on the defensive side, but that's possible. I wouldn't put it past them. That's just my opinion. I know it's not the most popular opinion, but I think all that's going to change pretty soon, in my opinion. So, I'm confused what happened when he was getting the car. Oh, that's for the Sebastian Rogers case, for part 2, if you're not familiar with that. But we'll be going over that. Yeah, green tea, yeah. Anyways, guys, all right, we'll end it there. And I'll probably, if there's more stuff with the Delphi, I'm probably just going to upload shorts of whatever comes out. And then of course tomorrow I'll have that video out, unless there's something big like the interviews for Delphi, then I may get sidetracked for a bit, but I will have that out of tomorrow or Friday. So, all right, guys. Yeah, I'm just reading chat here. Yeah. Anyways. All right, well, we'll get out of here. We'll be back on Sebastian Rogers. And then, again, I'll probably just upload stuff because it just seems like it divides everybody with Delphi. I hate it. Another case where it just divides people. Again, 12 jurors came to the conclusion he's guilty. And you got to respect that, So... and I think they had it right. That's just my opinions. That's where in my opinion, the evidence led. And just wait. I'm sure more evidence should sway people. So, sorry, Donna, we are finishing up, but we'll be back Friday and video tomorrow. So, thank you, members, mods. God bless you. Sorry, this is kind of a tough live show to do, covering that kind of stuff. So I think I did get all my super chats, didn't I? It feels weird getting on this kind of thing here, but I do appreciate Nick, Dawn, Josh, thank you so much, and Sensei, God bless Abby and Libby. Yeah All right, thank you, ladies. We will